This presidential race must be closer or somebody's draws have gotten tight if they will be in the same position come January, because we're pulling folks out of nowhere to speak on their behalf. You know what I'm talking about. Let's get into it right after the jump. Welcome back to Tomorrow League Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Also, you can follow us on social media. The links are listed down below in the description. Don't forget, guys, click the thumbs up on these videos, share these videos, and subscribe to the channel. Hey, like I told you before, I'm going to come at you with different events outside of recruiting, sports, entertainment, everything. Guys, it's time for us to be aware and understand what's going on around us at all times, because there's too many people out here that's pushing narratives at us, and we're swallowing this crap down like it is gospel, and it's not. And guess what? That is exactly what has just happened with Lil Wayne taking a picture with President Trump trying to push forward this daggone platinum plan. When you have no plan of action and you're trying to get people's attention to do whatever it is that you need them to do, or say something that you want them to say and support you, hey, you'll grab a few people out. You will grab a few individuals out there that has the same mindset as you. That is exactly the reason why Lil Wayne is out here speaking right now. Right now, POTUS needs somebody out here to speak on his behalf, to get the attention of black voters, to get them to go to the polls, cast that ballot saying that, hey, I believe in President Trump and him being the president for the next 4 years to help my community get ahead. Well, guess what? I'm telling you right now, I'm not swearing with the choir that he's trying to get to sing, because I feel that this is a bunch of poo-poo, and I think a lot of you out there know the same. There's one problem, though. Lil Wayne said years ago, and I know a lot of people out there complain about the fact that, hey, well, they're going to go pick up videos of him saying years ago that he really doesn't care about Black Lives Matter, this, that, and the third. You know what? If it walk like a duck, quack like a duck is a duck, period. I don't want to hear that crap about going to grab something from way back when, because you got to understand one thing. Just like I sit here and say these words that's coming out of my mouth to you in these videos, you're going to hold me accountable for the things that I say, correct? So why shouldn't we hold anyone else accountable for the crap that they spewed at the time that they spewed it? Bottom line is, sometimes we need to just sit back and say, no comment, move on. But guess what? Yes, he said himself he didn't care nothing about the Black Lives Movement because it had nothing to do with him. He said if it's not bothering him, what does he care? It's not bothering him. So when you say something like that, now I'm really want to dig in and see just what exactly is this platinum plan all about. And I'm going to get to it real shortly. But guess what? This is what bothers me right here. There's a few things that I looked at from the simple fact that our glorious president have said over the years, especially about HBCUs. As you can see on my shoulder there, I went to a HBCU. I attended Morris Brown College. Right now, our college is trying to do the best that it can to get itself back up on its feet. But when you got people that's out here in these offices, mayors, you got owners of sports teams that want property to put their goofy stadium or wherever, on that property, in which I'm just trying to understand, you uproot the history just so you can put something somewhere, just so you can sell a couple of extra tickets, and you say screw the community that your stadium or whatever it is that you're building is sitting around. But guys, I'll digress from that, because I can really go on a tangent with that right now, because my feelings is really on a high when it comes to talk about Morris Brown. But I'm gonna get back to that later. But here's an excerpt from InsideHigherEd.com, talking about the Trump administration, what they have done for HBCUs. And I'm going to read it to you specifically from the website, and I'll have it listed down below in the description for you to see it as well. The White House under Trump has each year proposed steep cuts to higher education and scientific research. And some of those suggested cuts, such as the 2018 White House proposal to restructure and slash TRIO programs by 40%, would disproportionately affect HBCU students. Trump also has sought to eliminate strengthening historically black colleges programs. Congress has ignored virtually all the Trump administration proposal cuts to higher education. TRIO programs, for example, which feature outreach and student services aimed at low-income and first-generation students, have seen budget increases in recent years. That's an increase, but wait till I give you where that money is coming from and what programs are being slashed. Now, the administration's rhetoric also has at times anger student, faculty members, and administrators of HBCUs. I'm being one of them, letting you know that right now. Now, we're going to go to what is the TRIO program? Here you go. That description will be listed below. Excuse me, the link to that website will be listed below in the description as well. That is the federal TRIO programs are federal outreach and student services programs in the United States designated to identify and provide services for individuals from disadvantaged backgrounds. They are administered, funded, and implemented by, guess who? The United States Department of Education. Come on, guys. There's no way in the world you're going to sit here and tell me that the the United States Department of Education is funding money back to these HBCUs. That's not possible, because if that is so, explain to me why when that stimulus money came down, you had all of those big name businesses getting checks cut that they didn't need money for. And I'm going to give you one in particular. Look at Kanye West, his daggone, his Yeezy business. That man made over $1.29 billion last year, and he got a $2 million check. For what? For what? For the PPC program? You got to be kidding me, guys. You got to be kidding me. But Lil Wayne, hey, you know what? He wants to say he agrees with the Platinum Plan. I'm going to get on that one as well. Let me give you a quick breakdown of the Platinum Plan. We're going to start with the Opportunity. Opportunity State, it talks about historical employment levels for Black Americans and increasing capital for new businesses. Guess what? There's been new businesses going up all the time. Just like I stated. When you got Kanye West that made over $1 billion with his business in 2019, and you give him a $2 million check, you give him a $2 million daggone check, because he needed a $2 million stimulus check. He needed a $2 million stimulus check for what? And I'm sure he's still selling Yeezys, right? And clothing and everything else, right? But he needed a $2 million check. Okay. What about the money that went to, was it Harvard, Yale? They got what, 40-something $million in a big, they got a big check. What are we talking about, guys? I'm just trying to understand what exactly is going on here. So please explain to me. I understand, like Dillard, they got a check because of their financial situation, because of where they were with the, make sure I got this right now. Matter of fact, it's one of the things I didn't speak about on what he's done for HBCUs. The Trump administration said they will lift restrictions on capital financing funds for faith-based HBCUs and seminaries. He said that he said that move would free up funding for more than 40 colleges and seminaries. But it wasn't clear at the time if any colleges would receive new federal funding. So basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to have these colleges and universities go and rework their books on how they can slash or cut programs wherever they can, just for them to go ahead and get the faith-based part of that college or university, the HBCU college or university, funded. So again, you did nothing. All you did was just speak a bunch of bull jive to get these folks thinking that, oh, he's going to give us money, when you never gave them anything. But let me go back to this daggone Platinum Plan. I want to stay on task here. Give me a second. Yes, he said the Opportunity talks about the employment levels, the historic employment levels for Black Americans, and increasing capital for new businesses. I've already stated, if you're giving money to people like Kanye West that made over $1 billion in their business a year before, how are you going to help new businesses? There's nothing set up for that. I'm an educated man. I don't understand what he's saying when he says historical employment levels. Is he trying to say we will be considered for positions at companies that we're actually qualified for? That's an open-ended statement. You gotta let me know what you're talking about here. Security. He said he brought common sense criminals. He said he brought common sense criminal justice reform, but he's letting common criminals out of jail just to get a vote. Where's the security there? I'm confused. We still got all these gangs and stuff going on around the country. What have you done in those areas? Nothing. So how have you brought common sense criminal justice reform? Because you released a couple of people out of jail, based on favors of friends of yours, to show that you actually did something for the black community? No. Next, prosperity. He has provided long-term funding to historical black colleges and universities. I think I just spoke on that, right? Where he hasn't really done much for HBCUs, according to how he's proposed steep cuts for higher education and scientific research. He restructured and slashed the TRIO program by 40% in 2018. I mean, I just explained to you the TRIO program. The TRIO program is an outreach program for student service, is an outreach and student service program in the United States designated to provide services for those who come from disadvantaged backgrounds. They are funded and implemented by the United States Department of Education. Fairness. There's been no fairness. I've explained that to you already. Many of you out here looking for a second stimulus check. You still haven't gotten a second stimulus check. Why? There's no funding to give. If whatever happens come Tuesday, this country will be in ruins based on the money that we've already spent. If we're already a couple $1 trillion in the hole, can you imagine what this thing's going to look like 4 years from now? God, it's high time you wake up, quit looking for a handout. Because the bottom line is, Lil Wayne, I'm sure, didn't look at this daggone proposal. He just saw a platinum plan, probably thought of some jewelry or some another grill he's going to put in his mouth and just say, oh, this sounds great. Let's go with that. No, this is not great. This is a load of crap. And it's time for people to understand exactly what's going on. You have to read through all of this and get a true understanding. You can sit back and say, Coach, you don't know what the heck you're talking about. But guess what? I think I'm very well educated enough to understand the fact that when someone gives me a bunch of open-ended answers and you're really not answering questions, you're throwing questions and you're trying to answer your own questions, or you're just making blanket statements, I can understand that means nothing to me. That's not going to service me. That's not going to service my kids. That's not going to service your kids. It's not going to do anything for the next generation but leave them looking around trying to figure out what the hell they're going to do to help pay off those loans that they got to go to school to further their education. Period, point blank. Because like I said, right now, guys, you got to wake up and open your eyes and see what's going on. There is no fairness. There is no daggone prosperity. There is no security. The only security is for those out here that's in the 3% money earners in this world. Those are the ones that are going to be taken care of. Not you, not I, not those that are out here trying to build their businesses. It's time we put our heads down, devise a plan, and go. That's all we can really do. Put your head down, devise a plan, and go, and don't look for no handout. Just bust your hump, get there, and get it done. That's all we can do. Fire it up and get it done. That's it. Because sitting here wondering what somebody is going to give to you, he's not giving us anything with this garbage, man. Platinum plan, figure platinum plan was something catchy. Everybody go, oh, the platinum plan. Oh, okay. That's a new party they're going to have. No, it's not. It's a bunch of hoo-hoo that they got everybody sitting here thinking that it's going to be something that it's not. But guys, that's all I have for you. Until next time, if you like the content, please like, share, subscribe. Also, you can follow us on social media. The links are listed down below. Don't forget, share these videos, like these videos, subscribe to the channel, guys. And remember, guys, be that one. Remember, guys, be that one and lead.